Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Tammy Salamone, the Pink Survivor, and I'm going to continue today with video number 6 of the year I wish I could erase. So at this point, I am kind of gearing up towards my double mastectomy and my surgery. And it is April 19th, and I have a pre-op with the plastic surgeon and also with the hospital to kind of go over what's going to happen that day, how check-in is, what's going to happen first, what's going to happen next, that kind of thing at the hospital. The plastic surgeon is also kind of telling me what he's going to do during the surgery. And I also have a pre-op blood test on April 19th. Then just 5 days later, April 24th, I have actually pre-op with the breast surgeon and also another blood test for a pre-op for the breast surgeon. So it's kind of irritating because I have to have the 2 blood tests so close together. And also April 24th is just a day before my birthday. And here I am getting ready to have my double mastectomy on May 1st, so just a week after my birthday. And just so I can give you kind of what my mind and how I was feeling, I was very depressed. I was crying nearly every day. I was emotional. Some days it was hard for me to even pull myself together. And I knew that I had to, but some days I just couldn't. I could get out of bed, but I literally would just be crying off and on the whole day, knowing what surgery awaited me just, in a few days. And the really strange thing is now looking back, the actual surgery that day probably ended up being one of the easier parts of my whole, story. But then it was just such a big deal, and it still is a big deal. I don't want to say that it's not. I mean, for anyone who's going through that, having a double mastectomy, with reconstruction is what I ended up going with, is a huge deal. But just now looking back, knowing the other things that I had to go through afterwards ended up being much harder on me than the surgery. So I hope you can just continue to stay positive and try and find, the good in every day, even though I know there's some days where you don't want to get out of bed and you're so depressed and how could this be happening to me? But you're going to get through it. And I'll talk about the surgery more next time for the actual surgery day. So with both of the doctors at my pre-ops, we went over what the plan is going to be. And the hospital told me, what time to check in that morning. And what happened first was I had to go and get my nipples injected with this blue dye. And it sounds really gross and disgusting. I don't really even remember how painful it was or what it felt like. Kind of block some of those things out. But it's to help so that they can determine if there's any cancer in your lymph nodes. So the plan that, both surgeons had got together and discussed, it was going to be, of course, having that dye injected, then going to wait for the anesthesiologist, and then the breast surgeon would come in, remove my breasts and also the lymph node. They would stop the surgery at that point and test the lymph node for cancer. And if there's no cancer detected, they would continue on with surgery, and the plastic surgeon would come in and he would do his part, finish up, and then that would be the end of surgery, and then I would go to recovery. So that was the plan, and then I'll let you know next time how it all worked out. And thank you so much for being here, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope this is helping you out there, and I love hearing from you. And don't forget to leave a comment and give this a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time.